Hey guys,
Hey everybody.
today is day 19 of our Halloween movie challenge, and today we went with Child's Play 2. We saw the first one yesterday, and we decided to check out the second one tonight. Um, I personally think I enjoyed the second one more.
I'll agree.
This one came out, I believe it was 2 years after the first one. I think the first one was in '88, and this one came out in 1990. I'm pretty sure. Um, they brought back the kid that played Andy, the actor, so that was cool.
It just would have been nice if they showed like the mom or even like checked in with
Yeah,
the mom. That's the only kind of like thing that wasn't a huge fan on. I liked her character a lot, the mom's character. But
yeah. They didn't show the mom. They didn't show the detective.
yep, they didn't
They
show anything.
yeah. They just the
So
only
that was my only problem with this movie. Um, was it's like they didn't check in with almost any of the characters from the first one besides having Andy come back.
yeah. I mean, they did mention it though. They mentioned that the mom is being evaluated in the
Yeah, the
psych
psych
ward.
ward.
So I mean, you can kind of take that for what it is. At least they mentioned it. I mean, mentioned
What's weird is
her.
that they said that the detective, or like the police, um, like basically covered up everything. They didn't.
Yeah,
They denied all claims, and that's why the mom ended up in a psych ward. So it
yeah.
would have been nice if they checked in with that, and then we found out like why the detectives or why the police like
Maybe they couldn't get the actors back. I don't know.
yeah
Well, yeah, because the way the movie starts, it's like the head honcho of that the people that make good guy dolls. They they hear about the police the reports and stuff, so they they found the doll, the Chucky doll. They brought him back, cleaned him up, fixed him up, and rebuild him. And um, they're worried about bad press and losing money. Of course,
yeah
like every big company in the world, they only care about money. And when they put him back together, that's when he comes back.
yeah
That's what made him come back. And like pretty much right from the beginning too, he killed somebody. Like the guy that was the operator there, he puts the eyes into the doll, and as soon as he does that, lightning or electricity starts shooting up into the machine, it electrocutes him, sends him flying through the window,
yeah.
and it kills him. So in this movie, there was definitely more kills. I'm pretty sure there was more kills in this one, and I liked the. It seemed like the animatronics on the doll, on the Chucky doll, were actually better too. Like there was more to it. You could tell there was probably a bigger budget for this one.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, and the actor, I'm blanking on the actor's name, but the guy that does the voice of Chucky, he has such an awesome voice. Like when he starts like yelling and stuff, I can't help but laugh.
I know.
It makes me want to laugh when he starts swearing or he starts like yelling. He's got a cool voice, and
In this movie, I will admit there's a lot more cool like kill scenes.
mm,
As odd as that, I don't know if I'm like
no,
saying it
for
weird,
a
but
horror
like
movie, yeah, that's
for
normal.
especially for um one of the Chucky movies, yeah, it has some
A horror
better
movie
kill
has to have good
scenes.
kill scenes. That's
Yeah,
the bottom line. If a horror movie doesn't have good kill scenes, it's just not even really worth it. It has to have something unique to it.
yeah.
And
I always struggled with, like I said in the prior videos, that I've always struggled with Chucky videos because when I was younger, it did scare me. But as I got older, I struggled with the concept that in every movie they somehow beat him, but then there's another movie to follow and another movie. And we just had this
yeah,
conversation
it's
beforehand.
like that with all of them
And
though.
I know you have to keep like an open mind. I get it. But that's the only thing I struggle with this type of movie.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, they do it with everything. I mean, they kill off a guy. You think there's no way he's gonna come back, and somehow he does. That's one of the reasons why me personally, Freddy Krueger was one of my favorites. Was because
Yeah.
his rules were not the same as everybody else's because he was like a demon.
Yeah.
So for him, anything he was in the dream world. So anything he did, you understood it wasn't based in reality. It's
Yeah.
not real. It's in his own world, and just by having that rule right there, you can kill him as many times as you want, and he can keep coming back. It doesn't matter, or he can do any kind of crazy things. It doesn't matter. Whereas with other characters like Michael Myers and Jason, they are based in reality, and they are a person. Well, at least Jason is in the beginning. He then becomes like a zombie steroid monster
Yeah.
guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like with things like that, they always it's tougher to follow and believe when it's so like grounded in reality, where like the character is a human, you know.
Yeah. It's
Where
unrealistic.
yeah, Freddy wasn't like that. He's not human. He's a demon. So any rule with him works, and that's what's
Mhm.
great. That's what I loved about him. One of the things I loved about him. But getting back to this movie, the like I said, there was a lot more kills in this movie. There was a lot more movement and animatronics with Chucky. Like even the face when he's like screaming and yelling when he's angry, like really nicely done, I thought. Um, Let me see. Yeah, so we mentioned the beginning of the movie already. We then we find Andy, who's now in the process of being adopted into a foster home
Yep.
while his mom's being evaluated. Um, he
He's
gets
going. He's going to a family that already fosters kids.
yeah. He gets picked up by two nice parents, and or they're nice, but a little. The father's a little cranky. Not gonna lie, he's a little uneasy.
He's hesitant
Yeah, he's a
to
little
take
uneasy.
Andy in because Andy's history with the whole like doll.
Yeah.
Because if you guys were in our prior video, we watched the first one,
Hmm.
and just a quick little recap: the Andy was supposedly they thought he was responsible for his aunt's death when really it was the doll. So the foster father was very iffy because of Andy's background with like the whole doll, and obviously no one's going to believe that. So they think the child just has like some kind of psychological problem.
Yeah, and he does mention that too in the
Yeah.
story, because obviously they don't believe him. So Chucky then finds his way back because he gets into the car with the assistant of the
Yeah.
guy from the business there, and he ends up killing him. And see, like that kill, the way he kills him, that was pretty cool to me, because he puts the gun up to his head, and he's like, it's a gun. It's a gun to the guy's head, so the guy's panicking. But then when he pulls the trigger, it's water.
Squirt gun.
It's a squirt gun. So the guy kind of starts laughing, but then Chucky brings a bag and
Yeah.
suffocates him. So the fact that he used the squirt gun first, just to be kind of a jerk about it,
Yeah.
was funny. It was kind of funny to me. And but yeah, so then he goes there. He goes to the house. He buries the other doll, Tommy. I think that's the
Yeah,
real
he
name,
ended up
Tommy,
finding Andy
through that guy's files.
through the guy's files, and he
Yeah.
called and pretended he was his uncle.
Yeah, well, he called the foster.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, so then they go there. He goes there. He now pretends to be the Tommy doll, and then he pretty much wastes no time. He tells Andy that it's not, that it's him. He's back, and he wants to get into Andy's body. It's back to the whole, he can't stay the doll for too long, because then he
Yeah.
becomes stuck in the doll and all that. So they use that same rule again. Um, they have When he's at the foster parents' house, they're also fostering a young woman, a young girl, not young girl, would be she's a
like
teenager.
she's a teenager.
She's a teenager, and her name's Kyle, right? They
Kyle.
call her. So she's there. She's kind of cool. She kind of plays the role of an older sister to him.
Yeah.
Chucky, of course, kills both parents. Of course, I remember seeing the two parents die from when I had seen it years ago. He trips the father down the stairs with a fishing hook. He hangs upside down. Then he lets him go, so he falls and breaks his neck. And then the mom, I remember the sewing machine, because Kyle's walking down the hallway and you can hear the sewing machine going.
Yep.
And I remember that was kind of a little creepy to me when I was a kid watching that. And then she turns her around. She has like the cloth or whatever
in her mouth.
In her mouth, yeah. And she's dead. And then that's when Kyle realizes that Chucky is real, because that now he comes out and he starts going after her.
Yeah.
Um, Another cool part was when they were in the car driving and she gets pulled over by the cop.
Oh yeah.
And the cop, his nose starts to bleed, and she's like, you know those dolls that pee? Well, this one bleeds. You know what I mean? And the cop's just looking at her like she's a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, well, what do you say to that? You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a kid's doll and it's bleeding out of its nose.
I actually liked the part in the toy factory.
Yeah, at the end, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, that's where this goes right after this, right? They go to the toy factory.
Yep, they go to the toy factory, and I liked when Andy, it's like blanking for a minute. Andy turn it. I think it's hot plastic. I'm pretty sure it's hot plastic.
Yeah.
Turns the lever up to hot plastic, and it like completely, well, we thought melted him, but then Kyle sticks the tube of air.
Yeah, well, there's a lot that happens in that thing. See, with both movies, the way it ends, Chucky takes quite a beating before he finally stops. In the last one, he got like burned, parts of his body shot off, and I already forgot what else. But then, they stabbed him in the heart or shot him in the heart, whatever it was, and then he finally died. And with this one, he was in the factory. He gets his hand stuck, so he ends up he doesn't even cut it. He rips his hand out.
Yeah.
Which now, mind you, he's already becoming human because he tried doing that whole spell thing. He can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't go back. He couldn't. It was already too late.
Yep. So he tried doing that spell to go into Andy's body, but it was too late.
It was too late already.
He was stuck inside that.
And that was cool because they make you feel like it actually worked at first, and then you realize it didn't work. And so he rips his hand out, just rips it out. He's bleeding everywhere. He then finds a knife. He takes the handle of the knife off, puts the blade into his hand. That must have hurt like crazy because, like I said, now he's becoming human. So he puts the blade into his wrist, and he's using that. Then from there, what happens? They put him. He's on like the conveyor belt, and they put him back into the thing, right? And that machine's putting like all the doll pieces in. Yeah. But he gets out though.
He does. Only his lower half
gets destroyed in there. He managed to. But the thing is, at first you don't see that because then when the thing opens, you see just a mound of plastic coming out and some blood. So you're like, oh, okay, that's Chucky right there. He's done. Mm-hmm. But then it shows the camera shows the trail of blood coming around the corner, right? Mm-hmm. So now he's crawling.
Like a car.
He's on like a little trolley type thing with wheels, and he's like pushing himself. So he's got the blade hand in one thing. He's missing legs. He's crawling. Then it's that scene with the plastic, right? He turns on the hot plastic, pours it all over him. So now you're thinking, again, he's done. But then he comes back out of the mountain of plastic, and then that's when they put
Kyle put the tube of air.
And then
it exploded.
The funny thing about that, though, is all he had to do was open his mouth.
I know.
Because you could see his mouth was closed, and his head's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, why didn't he just open his mouth?
I know.
Unless the plastic made it stuck or something, but I mean you could have just opened your mouth and then the air would just come out.
There's a lot of stuff that's unrealistic.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess that the plastic melted it to his face or something, and he couldn't take it out. But his head exploded. So now you're thinking, okay, well, this is it. I mean, the movie does end, but as we all know, they made like another 4 or 5 movies. So somehow he comes back again. This is definitely not the end. This is the end of this movie, but this isn't the end.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna admit I did like this one more than the first one. Not that the first one was bad. It's just that this one I enjoyed it more. It had some comedy, some comedic moments in it. It had it had a lot more kills in it, and I thought the work with the puppet was really, really good too. Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot more. So yeah, that's my opinion. I like this one better. So
like I said, my only thing is that it would have been nice if they brought the mom, or at least checked in and let us know, and the detectives.
Yeah, maybe they didn't. Maybe they couldn't get them.
Yeah,
maybe this one, or maybe they show up in the third one. I mean, we don't know. Yeah. Like I said, there's 6 more of them. So, but yeah, guys, that's that's all I have to add.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep, that's it for us, guys. That's our quick look at Child's Play 2. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
And just make sure, so you know, guys, don't miss any of the videos that we do. Hit the bell notification.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.